everyone and welcome back. I had the privilege recently to try out an M&P shield from Smith & Wesson. Now this 9mm gun is made for concealed carry. You can tell by the size. I mean, it is pretty much like an M&P, a full-size M&P in looks and feel, except it's a little short stubby thing. The handle's a little bit shorter. You can tell how my finger wraps around or doesn't wrap around the base. The magazine capacity is 7 rounds of 9mm in a semi-stacked type of magazine. It does come with an 8-round magazine that adds the finger groove at the bottom, which is actually nice. It feels pretty good like this, and this is kind of fun to shoot, but I'm kind of torn against carrying it with this in here. To me, the hardest thing to conceal is the stock of the gun. And when you add these, start adding on a big stick, if you will, it just makes it a little bit harder to conceal. I carried a Glock for a while, a Glock 17, and it wasn't that bad comfortably to carry, but I did feel like I was showing a few times, if you will. And even the weight wasn't all that bad. I was worried about that because I pretty much wear shorts year-round and a t-shirt, so it's carrying or concealing a gun is a little difficult for me. But this gun here, for the physical size of it, the width of it is very nice, and the trigger on this is phenomenal. I was not expecting this. Granted, the owner of the gun did put an Apex Sear in it, so I mean, it's very nice and smooth. The reset is good. I compare this to my Kahr, the Kahr PM9. This is the larger. There's the Micro 9 and then the polymer Micro 9, then the P9. This is an older P9. I probably got it back in the early, late 90s. Let's say late 90s, I suspect. But the size is almost the same. And just as I mentioned, the stock is the hardest thing to conceal. Even though these are about the same length, I did find that I did feel like I was still showing a little bit more than I would hope for. But you know, the physical size of these guns are almost the same, and I love shooting this gun. And I particularly like the fact that it has no safeties whatsoever, and when you pull the trigger, it's just like a revolver. You know, nice long trigger pull, smooth trigger pull, and then the gun goes off. This one here, you can carry it with a safety on or without. And if I was carrying this gun, I would not put the safety on, just because that's one more thing you have to actuate. And a concealed carry gun, you know, chances are you're going to be scared out of your mind. So the last thing I need is another safety to worry about. That's why I like the Kahr so much, because the Kahr doesn't have any safeties. But this one here's the exact same size to this. I wear this one a lot using an inside the waistband holster, but like I said, the stock length does make me feel like I'm showing a little bit more. So the Kahr Micro 9 is a much nicer choice for me. It's easier to conceal. The stock is not as long. You don't get that extra finger grip. There are additional magazines that you can get for it that add that grip, but once again, that kind of deters from the concealability in my view. But anyways, going back to the M&P, because that's what we're really here about. This particular one, the owner has got a Dawson fiber optic front sight put on, and if you don't have one of these fiber optic front sights from Dawson, they are the bomb. Check out my GSG video. I'll put a link in here, and I kind of talk about the fiber sights. But he had this one made. This was the very first one. The gun was sent to Dawson, and they fabricated this front sight for this gun, and now they're manufacturing them. So if you're looking for something for your M&P shield, check Dawson out. These are about $35, $40, I believe. He also put on the Dawson Charger rear sight. You notice it's very blocky. Most carry sights are kind of curved right in there like a ramp. The Charger sight is grooved, and if you notice, there is some, see if my camera will show it, there's some serrations right there on the edge. Now, the theory on this is you could rack the gun with one hand. For example, if you had a tabletop or something and you needed to rack the gun and your weak hand was incapacitated, you could actually catch that rear sight on the edge of the table and rack the slide, or some some surface. So that's what this is for one-handed racking of the slide. So taking the gun apart, we've got inside the shield there's a double spring, and then the barrel comes out nice and easy. There's really not that much to it. And I think what's really cool about the shield is the price. MSR is something like $450, $440 maybe. So you know it's got to be cheaper than that. And you know, my regular carry gun, the P9, I think I paid $575 for this when it was new years ago. So for price, if I was looking to buy something nowadays, it would probably be the M&P Shield. But a lot of people like more capacity. You know, 8 rounds is not enough for some people. For me, it should be just fine. Oh, there is a loaded chamber indicator on top. Concealability is my main issue. And usually more bullets means bigger gun and harder to conceal. And if it's a bit too big, so we can get that empty in there. There we go. So there's your loaded chamber indicator right there. But the M&P Shield, a pleasure to shoot. If you're looking for a carry gun, I would definitely look at it and weigh your options against others. This may be the gun for you, especially for the price. Well, thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more competition shooting and gun reviews.